she has the strap because it's like, what do we do with her? Now they're just doing shit just because. Let's make a, because we don't have the Luchasaurus Jungle Boys shit anymore, the Jungle Express. Let's do a female version of it with Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa.
And they don't.
Ridiculous.
And with, Toni Storm losing and them fumbling the ball on Ruby Soho so badly, they don't have any real challengers. I think Britt is hurt right now. And Jade has that other belt.
Yep. Her and the baddies just embarrass people on a weekly basis.
Gang Wars. It's awesome. But
yeah, we need more of that in AEW too.
You know what Thunderstorm reminds me of? Y2AJ. Do you remember that short-lived tag team?
Vaguely.
That was the tag team
vaguely.
AJ Styles was in for about 2 weeks with Jericho. They printed up merch and everything. Yep. And this is right after AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble, which for me is still the greatest Rumble moment of all time. Lost my fucking mind when that happened. If you ever want to see something really cool, BA, YouTube AJ Styles Rumble reactions.
I'm sure that's probably why I watched that Rumble because even though I was always not all the way in, I always watch at least the big two. I would always watch Rumble.
You gotta watch Mania, even if you don't know what's going on.
Absolutely. And then my wife, like, she just loves the Rumble. She loves the chaos of the Rumble. So that's always like, hey, baby, the Royal Rumble on tonight. Let's watch it, no matter what's going on in wrestling. So I did see it, but I've never went back to see people's
people's reactions are great. Because I felt the same way. I was like, holy shit, AJ Styles.
Because you would have never thought AJ Styles was going to WWE because he was a anti-WWE guy.
Yeah, and then there's all... So before I get back to Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm, there's something special about AJ Styles being in WWE with that music, because AJ Styles is from the South, right? Very, 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 very religious guy. And
yes, he is.
His music starts off with the organs playing. And there are many people walking this earth, myself included, who go to the church of AJ Styles is the best wrestler walking planet Earth. I go to that church quite often.
Okay.
It might not be true like right this second.
I visited.
But
I visited. And I'm here with you.
When he debuted in, what was that, 2014?
Yeah,
I was still a card-carrying member of the church of AJ Styles is the best wrestler walking planet Earth. And then for those organs to cut out and then a southern rapper come on and say they don't want none, it's what we would all say about every other wrestler when you talked about them in comparison to AJ Styles. Who? Seth Rollins. All they don't want none. Yeah. Okada, he don't want none. Brock, he don't want none. Nope. John Cena, he don't want none. They don't want none. It was just one of those perfect things. And for him to have his debut and walk out there against Roman, the guy who they were putting to be that top guy, who stood in that ring alone, I was like, this is kind of the best debut ever.
Facts.
And then for him, like just fast forward, for him to beat John at SummerSlam. AJ Styles had a hell of a rookie year in WWE. But anyways.
Oh yeah, he had to. It's AJ Styles. They couldn't, unless they wanted to come him in there looking bad. They had to.
Vince saw him as a mid-carder. But again,
and Vince must have not watched.
Some talent is just undeniable.
Correct. Gotta force them to see it. They're not gonna see it.
Some guys in '89 thought Jordan was just a scorer.
True. For the dunk contest champion. That was really it.
Some people thought that too.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Facts.
Anyway, back to Thunderstorm. So they have this issue of no real challengers right now. I say that because Jericho turned on AJ, and you're like, oh shit, this is it. AJ gets his spot. He also ends up losing Jericho at that Mania, which I thought was weird. Anyways, this is what you do with Thunder Rosa. You have her turn heel.
Yeah, it's the perfect. I mean, shit, Dub. This is, if they gonna give her any sort of reason for us to care about her title run, It's the opportunity.
I would have her turn
Tony,
heel.
Tony Storm look like the
lean all the way into that face paint. Dia de los Muertos. I would have.
Yeah, it can get crazy with the face.
What's my man's name with Penta? Alex Fuentes. I would have Alex Fuentes as her mouthpiece. Boy, I would turn and lean all the way in and just have her be just this evil motherfucker. Cause her moveset is real high impact, so you can go from having high impact to having high impact heel real quick. And then
not a hard transition.
And then she can just, start all over again from beating up baby faces and just beating them up and having baby faces wanting to challenge her because she's beating up, people who used to be her friends or, old friends or new friends or whatever. And then you have a chance to build a face like a Ruby, which they should have done from the beginning.
They still can. She's just hanging out on the dark elevation.
Or you can just have Rosa beating on people until 90 days is up, and Mercedes Varnado, aka Sasha Banks, can walk in there. And I don't give a fuck what Ethan says. You take that belt off her immediately and you put it on Sasha.
Ooh. I don't know, Dub. I'm kind of with E-Ray on that because I see the vision of letting them kind of build more versus just giving it to her and letting her whoop everybody's ass. I don't know. I'd rather see her.
Here's the problem with trying to build her. She's better than everybody that's there by a long shot.
She is, but she can make others look better by her coming in and kind of not looking like she's on their level, but she's just a little bit better. But Thunder Rosa got the better of her this night.
But here's the problem with that. Then you have to really turn up your suspension of disbelief much higher if you're trying to get me to convince me that Velvet Sky is only just almost as good as Sasha Banks. No, fuck that.
I see what you're saying. But no, I mean, and then she can shit on a Velvet Sky or a Kiera Hogan or a
Thunder
Shafir.
Rosa or a Britt Baker.
But you can't do it to Thunder Rosa right now, though. She's your champ.
What are you saying about that championship? Sasha Banks walks in that building, she's immediately the best wrestler on that roster that's not named Daniel Bryan.
I can't disagree with that as I think about their roster. But from a booking standpoint, though, why? I mean, not to say that they can't or won't. Tony do whatever the fuck you want to do, as we've seen. Why would what's the benefit of doing that though? You got this brand new toy. Let's not blow our load all in the first run. Let's have fun.
Make her the one they all rally against.
I see. Everybody hates this bitch. So because
there's one person at the top of the mountain.
Gang up on her.
We were all fighting to get to the top, and then she just gets up there with ease because she is who she is.
I see what you're saying.
She gets up there with ease because she wasn't climbing. She jumped down from a gold-studded plane and was already at the top because she was so far above everybody else. It would be different if they had, 3 or 4 women from. If they had Bayley and Becky there. It would be different if they had people of those caliber there, or Kairi Sane decided to come over there from Japan, or Io Shirai because she might not be signing her new contract because those people are way closer to Sasha's level. But that women's roster they got there right now, nobody's close.
It is trash outside of Jay.
I'm not even saying it's trash. I'm just saying in comparison to Sasha Banks, no one is close. So believability wise, you can't put her across from the rest of these women and say, "Oh, it's gonna be close." No, it's not.
I mean, I'm with you. She can whoop everybody else's ass, but as long as whoever's champion, she just can't come in and just steamroll though. That's the thing. It could be a match. She can win it, but she can't Brock Lesnar him though. That's where I disagree with it. Her looking that strong. She can look strong.
Well, she can't Brock Lesnar anybody just from her pure stature. But she can out wrestle them the way Like, so you remember John Cena, AJ Styles' first couple of matches? It was like, it was clear you were like, AJ Styles is just a far superior in the ring than John. Or like Daniel Bryan versus Roman the first time. You were like, oh, Daniel Bryan is just way better in the ring. I saw it when they put the Karrion Kross shit. When they put him in the ring with Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano and all those guys.
Oh,
yeah, you're like, oh yeah. But then the thing about those guys is like they have the stature and the size to warrant. Okay, fine, they still go over because of whatever. Thunder Rosa doesn't. Her and Sasha about the same height, and you do that with somebody that like about the same build as you. Then you have to go over if you just out wrestling, out destroying them. Like not even like outpowering them, but like just looking better at everything you do. Even when you're selling for them, you look better at selling their moves than they do at selling yours. You're like, all right, this person's just better.
And I agree with you, Dub. There, I think that this is if we get what we're talking about with the heel turn from Thunder Rosa, then what you're talking about makes more sense in my eyes than to have this face Thunder Rosa who's just having matches with chicks and beating all of them, and then Sasha Banks, who's probably gonna come in initially as a face because everybody's gonna pop hard for her.
And then Sasha's so good she can turn heel the next day.
Correct. Absolutely. We've seen it in the past. Absolutely. Easily. But before we jump off of this topic and kind of close it down, I wanted to bring up Bayley. We haven't heard. I mean, I haven't heard much from her. You've seen her tweet here and there. She's healthy now. Do you think that she holds out as well because of what they did to her homegirl, or they just waiting for a decent storyline to get her involved and she just chilling?
I think it's a little bit of both. It wouldn't shock me if she's like, yeah, no, I'm not rocking with this either because that's like my best friend. But also, I wouldn't bring her back to SummerSlam or after.
I'd agree. There's no point to bring her back now. If it wasn't Money in the Bank, then you gotta bring her back.
I think they might have a plan for her to come back or right after SummerSlam, but it wouldn't shock me if they found out when they laid their plans down and she's like, "Yeah, no, get me out of here too."
Cause you ain't seen or heard nothing from Bayley at all. So, and that's not normal because that she was ready. What are they saving her for? She was a great heel before she got hurt.
She was having the run that she was gonna like define her Hall of Fame career around.
I think she's and I say right now, she's a way better heel than the face.
Oh yeah,
way better. Like, as far as the buy-in, like the hugger shit, that's cool. That had its place, but in the dichotomy of the development of Bayley, she don't ever need to do that shit again unless she on a nostalgia run 10 years from now. Like doing Hardy Boy shit, minus the drinking shit with Jeff. But anyway, that's where she needs to kind of keep that. So she's gonna definitely come in as a heel, and the women's roster needs more heels right now, as we discussed earlier, which are having two face champions. So I just want to see Bayley, whether AEW, WWE. Like she's a great talent.
If Bayley shows up in Impact, you gonna start watching Impact?
Anyways, on to the next. No offense to Impact. I'm sure it's a great product. I see people on Twitter talk about it all the time. There's a lot of marks for it, but it's hard enough watching the big two. As far as AEW and WWE, I can't squeeze another show in right now. Not to say that can't change in the future.
Man, you got time to watch NXT UK.
No, I just hear from you, the guy that doesn't watch it but knows everything that's fucking happening in NXT UK. To the point where you knew about Briggs and Jensen winning the title before I saw it online for a week. It was a smooth week before I saw them even talk about that shit online. I'm like, well, damn. Dub need to be the UK correspondent because you getting this shit out way faster than y'all asses at main headquarters. So, yeah.
So, I will say this. When NXT UK first came out, I was watching religiously because it was really fucking good. Those crowds were.
It looks good.
Those crowds